If you own one of the older TVs without all the fancy new smart streaming technology, here's the easiest and least expensive way to convert it to a full-fledged smart TV. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and if you do end up finding this video interesting, then please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. This is the Mi TV Stick. The form factor, it's not really new. There have been a ton of Android TV sticks before. We even have the Amazon Fire TV Stick and Google's own Chromecast, which kinda looks similar. So what's so special about this one? Well, it's got one big advantage in the fact that the Mi TV Stick, it runs proper stock Android TV 9. So we have access to the Play Store, all popular streaming apps like Netflix, Hotstar, Prime Video, and hell, it even has Chromecast capabilities built in. Basically, what this means is that we can do everything that a Mi TV box can do with this, but this TV stick is also a lot smaller and less expensive. Of course, the budget price tag does come with a few caveats, the biggest being the fact that we can't stream 4K video content, or playback for that matter, we'll get to that in a bit. So everything on Netflix or even YouTube, it's restricted to Full HD. Now, this might not be as big an issue as it seems to be, and there are a few reasons for that. Now, reason number one, if you have an older TV that doesn't have smart functionality built in, then there is a good chance that it has a Full HD panel to begin with. Now, if the panel's only Full HD, the lack of 4K isn't really gonna make a difference, does it? Now, two, most of us, we are on data caps here in India, and some of us even use mobile hotspots to stream videos, and 4K does consume a lot of data. So hey, data savings. And that brings us to number three, the most important one, content, or rather the lack thereof. Even with Netflix, the most expensive, the most premium streaming service available, arguably. Now, comparatively very few titles are available in 4K. Just scroll through Netflix checking this out. And by the way, most sports are never even in Full HD, let alone 4K. So for most consumers, 1080p streaming should be fine. The HDMI output, it looks nice and crisp. Xiaomi's even thrown in support for DTS Digital and Dolby Audio, which should definitely help with the movie watching experience. If you are someone who streams content over a mobile hotspot, the Mi TV Stick, it offers a data saver feature technically, and I say technically because we weren't able to find that in our review unit. Now, this should be able to lower your data consumption, and you should be able to watch up to 3 times more content on your existing data. Another thing worth noting here is that this is just bare bones Android TV, no patch wall on board. Now, patch wall, it's something I didn't really like at the start, but I've grown to be, I wouldn't say I've grown to like it, I've grown to be more neutral towards it. I don't mind it being there, at the same time I don't mind it not being there either. So the omission here doesn't really bother me at all, and it shouldn't bother you too if you ask me. But even if you do actually like patch wall, this isn't a deal breaker. Because while Xiaomi does offer patch wall on their TVs, they don't offer patch wall on their more expensive Mi Box either. And none of the competition offers any kind of offline TV support on any of their devices. So this is a non-issue. What might actually be a tiny little issue though is the lack of ports. As this is a TV stick, because of that form factor, we only have a sole HDMI and a micro USB for power. So for connectivity like extra storage or for headphones or a controller, you're gonna have to do it all wirelessly. And for that, yes, we get support for 2.4 as well as 5 GHz Wi-Fi, there's Bluetooth 4.2, there's also full-fledged Chromecast support like I mentioned earlier, so whatever's on your phone, you can go ahead cast that to your TV, and Bluetooth allows for Bluetooth remote control. And talking about the remote control, this one looks just like all the other Mi remotes that we've seen in the past. There are dedicated buttons for Google Assistant as well as Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. It also comes with a mic, which means we can ask Google to do things like play Lucifer from Netflix. Now, in general, the user interface and responsiveness of the Mi TV Stick felt decent. Sometimes when coming back to the home screen from an app, we can see this tiny little TV stick struggling to catch up. But these instances, they were few and far between. They were pretty rare overall. The user experience here, I would say it was quite pleasant. And that's because Xiaomi hasn't skimped out on the hardware. We have a quad-core Cortex A53 CPU. There is a Mali 450 GPU. It doesn't sound like much, but from a TV stick standpoint, this with 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of onboard storage, of which 5 gigs is usable, that's not bad at all. Theoretically, we can download games and other apps from the Play Store and even from outside the Play Store, and installing them is as simple as sideloading an APK. So that is not an issue, but hey, with this hardware, you're not going to be playing PUBG on this. Anyway, moving on, we did try playing back some 4K content locally. Sadly, the Mi TV stick, it had a rough time handling that. The playback was choppy, it dropped a lot of frames, but at 1080p, that was smooth as butter. While we are on the topic of playback and even gaming, we did try a few emulators. Retro gaming seems to work fine. We were also able to connect a Bluetooth controller. So Play Store leads to excellent content options. Android improves that with APK support, a responsive interface with the hardware to back it up, alongside a host of connectivity options. Neat, right? So what's the damage? How much is this gonna set us back? 2,800 rupees. At this price point, the Mi TV stick fills an interesting gap in the segment of devices. It is definitely faster and more usable than a no-name generic USB TV stick and even the Fire TV stick. Because when you take the price out of the equation and just look at these two, the Fire TV stick and the Mi TV stick, I'd still say the Mi TV stick is a tad snappier. And given that the Fire TV stick costs 4,000 rupees, I think this one is most definitely the way to go. At 4,000 rupees, you could rather go for the Mi TV Box 4K and save 500 rupees. Maybe get yourself a cheap wired controllers for those retro games. So these have been my thoughts on the Mi TV stick. I think it's excellent value for money and should most definitely help breathe fresh life into your old dumb TV. That's just me though. What about you? What do you think of it? Would you choose it over a Fire TV stick, or are you too much into the Amazon, the Alexa ecosystem for you to prefer the Fire TV stick? Let me know via the comments below. And with that, we get to the end of this video. As always, you know what to do here. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on however you felt about the video. Subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.